Okay, so what we see here now is the big screen. My main DAW is Logic. I also use Ableton Live sometimes, but that's more for the live situation. I'm working in the studio, and as a composition tool I use Logic. Sometimes I use Pro Tools too, if I have to deliver stuff or when I get stuff from recordings, or from when I have to deliver to a film, mixing the film mix. So what you see here is actually the whole recording, or the whole material that we use for the record. It's already sorted in the order of the album, but still you have gaps here. What you see here, some gaps. So I'm working piece by piece, and I'm bouncing the single pieces and splicing them together in a different session. Mm-hmm. So this is my mix session, and as you can see, I will call up the mixer, and I'm using, which is not in the picture now, I'm using Softube's Console 1 system. And I have, on one hand, I have groups here, which are, for instance, here we have the first submix, the first group is the main vocals. Then we have a second set of main vocals here. Then we have a subgroup here with effects on the main vocals. Then I have a extra track for just the shouts, and so on and so forth. In this case, and also most of the other cases, I sort my mixer like the score, because I'm used to think in a score, in an orchestral score, and the orchestral score always has the woodwinds on top. And next is the brass stuff, which is like a greenish kind of color coding here. See, horn, trumpet, trombone, tuba, brass effect. Then in bluish I have the strings, and then here another brownish is the keyboard section. Here is what's the color in English? It's turquoise. Turquoise. And the mallets, the percussion effects, and I have the drum set here, which looks like this. This is just the drum set. Overheads and cymbal overdubs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And from here on, it's the VCAs. So I'm using two kind of grouping. One is the summing group, as it's called. And you see, like here in the percussion, all these instruments, the light turquoise, these ones, are being summed into this master bus. Mm-hmm. But these also are controlled by these VCAs.
Yeah, that's a really important tool. VCAs, I use
VCA
it all the time.
is
in a mix, this is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the summing, you might ask, why are you summing it and also using VCA? It's because the summing is, of course, has an impact on the sound, whereas the VCAs are mostly for balance of the whole thing. And that's much easier. So you might also, which is not the case here, but you could, for instance, put up a VCA which says low frequencies. So you could, for instance, send the kick to the low frequencies also instead of the drums.
A VCA is a voltage controlled amplifier.
Right.
That gives you the possibility of attenuating, of lowering a whole bunch of channel strips at once, so they're equally going down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to be careful, and we found out that you really have to, once you start putting that into a group like this, the percussion group VCA, we have to put that summing bus also in there because it's also different, sounds different if you don't put that into the VCA.
You include the summing bus? I never do that. I don't include verbs, reverbs, or buses. I just take the single tracks and put really you do that.
I do that because it has to do with, first of all, it sounds different when you change the VCAs. The level goes down here, so the plug-in here is being the input is different, so it sounds different.
Okay.
And also, if I don't put the summing bus into the VCA, I will get a signal here when I start doing stems.
Mm-hmm.
So this way here, when I mute this, the percussion here, I don't hear anything of this. But if I don't put the summing bus into the VCA, I will also get a signal, still get a signal from the percussion.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm still using some of the Logic plugins like that. Silver Verb, just a little reverb.
Yeah.
Which is just for that instrument.
It's an all-time classic, like the D-verb in Pro Tools.
Yeah, right.
Still
exactly.
such a good reverb.
It's very good.
An onboard reverb, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you go. Pan Man and all that.
All right.
So the workflow with Softube is I really love it. And the reason why I put British Class, which is more or less an emulation of a Neve, is because Frank's console was a Neve. He used.
Frank Zappa's
console was the Neve, and I wanted to have that Neve sound here. Yeah, and we have that album now, and it will be out officially by the end of this month. End of January 26th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not already. It's
out,
yet.
But it's not really officially. It's not on. You can't stream it yet. You can order the CD.
Yeah.
You can order it from my web shop, but you can already buy it, of course.
Okay.
But the official release will be this month.
I already listened to it. I have one copy. I really can recommend it. It sounds fantastic. I mean, for all the obstacles you had to overcome. Very nice. And Napoleon Murphy Brock is performing. It's fantastic. I mean, it's such a strong
this guy
voice.
Is a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like in his 70s now.
He's in his 70s already. Yeah, of course.
And he's singing like, a young god. Yeah. And the pieces that he's singing, you can hear them also in the 70s sung by him. And we didn't have to change what you usually do with older singers, is that you have to change
the key
and
because
go lower.
He's not reaching as high as.
But it's the same keys like in '73. It's unbelievable.
She was the daughter of a wealthy Florentine Hogan. Yahoo! Rhythm and weep was her adjustable slow.
He's playing the saxophone. He's playing the flute. He's he's moving on stage. He's such a great performer on stage and how do you say, audience. He has the audience, man. He just is fantastic, and I think you can hear that on even without any video. It still has that power.
Yeah.
And we're actually working with Ralph. We are working on a Dolby Atmos version.
Yeah,
already.
it's going to be a Dolby Atmos version. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also for streaming, huh? I mean,
of course,
Apple.
Yeah. Apple and Tidal has Atmos, and we thought that this kind of material is very well suited for Atmos, because we want to give you the impression when you listen with headphones. Of course, most of the people listen to Atmos with headphones, binaural, and I want to give the impression of sitting within the audience, and being surrounded by people and listening to the band on stage.
So this is Doberan and Elsewhere, Frank Zappa songs produced arranged by Ali with Napoleon Murphy Brock, out at the end of January 2024. That was it for today, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Sound Support Entertainment channel, and if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the near future. This video will be online soon. Bye bye.